fans, baseball card fans, and fans altogether. How you doing this morning? What's shaking, Dano?
Good morning, people.
Good to see you so early in this morning. I know it's early for you on the West Coast, 10 a.m. here on the East Coast, 7 a.m. for you. But listen, I got to thank you for joining us. It just wasn't the same without you yesterday. I tell you that right now.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, great to have you here. I know you're just getting things started, so I know if you step away for a second, I get it. It makes sense. You got to have your coffee, right? So, what we're going to be doing today, because let me cover what we talked about a little bit about yesterday. I think I went from like card, I think it was what 89 or something like that to 50. So that was about 49 cards. I went over the print runs because Dan wasn't here. We didn't really get a chance to go over too much of the, hey, what would you buy or what do you think's awesome? But today, for today's show, we're going to look at today's offerings. There's 4 items from Tops Now. These basically end in about 3.5 hours, maybe 3 hours, 20 minutes, somewhere in that window, depending. And there's 3 rookie cards and 1 team card for the Mets. And if you've seen anything with the Mets lately, they are on a terror. I think they swept the Phillies, if I'm not mistaken.
They sure did.
Yeah, wow, right? So let's start there. You ready?
Well, I could just add this: as a Dodgers fan, the Phillies team scares me the most, besides the Padres.
Well, wait a minute. What about the Cubbies?
I think they need some. Look, they're good, but I think they're going to need a year or two before they actually become a playoff team. They might make the playoffs, but you got to go in there and know what it feels like on the frying pan before you're going to be a champion.
Yeah, and well, let me tell you, Juan Soto knows what it's like, and Pete Alonso. I mean, they know the pressure. So that's a walk-off thriller. Completes perfect homestand for MLB best Mets. I mean, but aren't we all waiting for the Mets to implode, though? I mean, aren't we all waiting for themselves to shoot themselves in the foot?
Uh they were in the championship games last year. They didn't make the World Series, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, they're definitely on their way to winning the National League East, no doubt about it. I don't think they're going to look back. I don't think Atlanta stands a chance. If anybody, I think maybe the Marlins will be a wild card. Anybody else? I don't think anybody else is going to come out of that.
I
That
don't.
spot.
First of all, the Cubs are in the Central, and
That's right.
you're looking at Milwaukee and the Reds as potential challengers.
Yeah,
I don't know that they're in the playoffs by any means. I wouldn't agree with that. I would think they're on track, but I don't think they're in.
yeah,
And Atlanta can't seem to get out of their own way in the National League East.
yeah, yep.
You got Philadelphia and New York they're leading the way. So
Philadelphia's tough, but I mean the way the Mets played them, I mean they just schooled them. I mean they swept them, and then Marlins probably going to be a wild card. Now let's keep on going back to what's what. You ready to go to the next card, sir?
are we on card 99? Did you want to read it out?
All right, card 99. You don't have to. It's a photografia.
Okay. Well, we can share our enthusiasm or not. No worries. Okay.
No, it's been highlighted this whole time we were talking about it. So yeah, it's
I
card
see
number
it.
99. Hey, you know what? What do you think the print run's going to be on this? Just out of for old time's sake. What do you got?
990.
No, come on. Maybe 565. We'll write that down right now because and we'll see who's correct, Mister. 990. That's brutal. Did you look at the card number and add and multiply by 100? Oh, that's awesome. All right,
Maybe.
maybe that's all right. So this one is $7 a card, and what Topps has been doing this year is well, sometimes the cards are $8, and you're like, what? So it's kind of interesting to see what they're doing here. So that's one card is $8.99, 5 cards is $7 a card, 10 cards is $6 a card, 20 cards is $5 a card, and they're still available for the next 3 hours and 20 minutes.
This is the lower pricing scheme. Just wait till you
Yes.
look at card 101.
Yes, that's so. Let's go over to the next one. Let's go to James Wood. That's card number 100. 100. James Wood,
Dude,
and
this
that
guy is
pricing
coming
scheme
of
is
age this year.
$8 a card. So that's $8 a card for 5. One card, 8.99. 10 cards, $69.99. And look at this bad boy for 20 cards, $129.99 at $6.50 per card. Well, yeah, this guy is coming of age. Just like you said, let's elaborate. Go ahead. This is the hardest hit home run of his career, lifts Nationals to a win. I'll be right back.
Okay. And we're seeing that as a rookie, this is his third or fourth card of the year. He had a couple of call-ups last year, call-up cards. So this James Wood guy, along with that guy Dylan Cruz in Washington, are really starting to stir the pot and make things happen. I think this James Wood, since I don't remember how many of the other ones printed,
These
I'm going to guess
these meds that I'm on, they give me dry mouth. And that's no good.
I think that this one's going to print closer to 1,200. What do you think card 100 is going to print?
I think this one prints 2,039. 2,039. And I can always go back and watch the show.
There's an easy way to guess these, and we weren't prepared, and that is to look up what the card before it did. Because in their first year, the first card usually prints the highest, and then they print a little bit less as they go.
Yeah. I think people are just starting to figure out, Mr. James Wood, that he's the real deal.
Yeah. No, I've got some of his call-ups. I didn't buy any 2025 James Wood cards, but I got some 2024.
I'm a believer in him and the other guy who was Paul Skeen's LSU teammate, Mr.
Dylan Cruz.
Dylan Cruz, yeah. I picked up the Nats road to opening day set just because Dylan Cruz and James Woods were in there. So I was like, yep, gotta have it.
Gotta have it.
And remember what we said about card 100, card 200, number 1, all that. That's a prestigious location in any set, card number 100. So obviously
that's been going on in every set for a long time. Yes.
Topps thinks highly of Mr. James Wood, and I believe you should too.
Agree.
Yep. All right, next one. You ready, Freddie?
Ready.
All right, that's going to be, whoa, hello, what happened to you? All right, this is Nick Kurtz. He's 6'5". It's card number 101. Look at that. For one card, it's $8.99 right there. 5 cards is $39.99. 20 cards, $129. Yeah, it's the high-profile player getting those big bucks. And this is first hit RBI and MLB debut for club's top prospect. And if you can see, let me see if I can make this image a little bigger. No, not so much. You'll see on his right shoulder here, just under the Las Vegas patch, is that MLB debut patch. That's a one-of-a-kind going to happen in next year's. I don't know if it's an update or what have you, but that's awesome.
So I'm a little bit out of my element on this one, but I think the reason that Nick Kurtz cards are more expensive than James Wood is because there is no Nick Kurtz in the flagship. So therefore, these cards are even harder to find of Nick Kurtz than they would be had he been in the flagship. Is that true?
Yeah, I don't know. But this card, I mean, he's this is it. This is his very first card. This is his MLB debut. So it's a rookie card, not a call-up, which I kind of prefer, actually. I'd rather have a rookie card than a call-up.
But Vinny, they do rookie cards up until May. We're still in April, so everybody's a rookie still.
I like it.
Right. They don't become call-ups until like May or June when they miss the rookie window.
Yeah, that's outstanding for him then, which means they believed it.
We like it better this way as well.
Yeah, they believed in him right there. I like it. You want to guess print runs on this one, like we did Mr. James Woods?
Ooh.
And don't use the card number, mister. That's cheating.
I can do whatever I want. It might be 101. I'm not going to guess it, but I could guess.
Guess whatever number. 1,001.
I think I'm in this case going to go with 2001, The Space Odyssey.
Definitely. You got that oddity part right. So here's what I'm going to do. I looked at the sales for this on eBay, and there are 19 listings of this. Okay?
Humongous amounts of people selling this card.
Okay, but here's the thing. I saw the sold and completed listings, and I saw 8 sold out of 8.
You did a lot of work on this card, brother.
What?
You did a lot of research on this card.
It's just a couple clicks here and there on eBay. I don't know, maybe. But I guess what I was trying to find out was the demand on this Nick Kurtz card that's available for another 3 hours and 18 minutes. I did buy a 5-pack, okay, for total transparency and sunlight. I did get a 5-pack. I thought about getting a 20-pack, and then I saw the price, and it's the higher end. And I was like, not gonna do it. That's a little much. So I was
So
like,
what does all
backed
your
out.
research tell you? There's a lot of sellers, not a lot
This
of
is an
buyers.
overlooked card, my friend. This is not one that's selling in a big way. Let's just be real with that. I got to be real with my findings, and I'm going to tell you, not a whole lot of people. Eight sold. All right, out of those 18 sellers, I'm sure there's a lot of sellers. But you know what I did notice out of those 18 sellers, and I looked at all of them. One dude had 89 available. He went in big on that one. Another person, I think, had about 40, maybe 35, and then all the other people were about 10. So they didn't. They just were getting kind of chippy with it.
That's
So there
what
it
it,
is.
that's what us old time collectors feel about has been ruined by the parallels. I mean,
Yes,
in the
yes.
junk wax era, there was no parallels, but after that, it became huge. So
Listen to me. Listen to me
these
right now. I got to tell you. Okay, so if I get a 5 pack right now with this Nick Kurtz card and he blows, look, I don't want the parallel. I'm going to sell it. I just want the base rookies. You know what I'm saying?
that's what they want to do. Every
And I
seller you
want to
said on
sell it to
eBay
pay for
wants
my
to do the
cards.
same thing.
But here's the thing: they want to sell it, and
Correct. Every seller on eBay
they
wants
want
to
to sell
sell their
those
cards.
parallels, right? But listen, they want to sell those parallels, but they're also selling the base for pennies on the dollar. It's the reverse for me. I want to sell the parallel, pay for my base cards, and this personal collect those. I'm not even getting rid of them at below retail. And these guys are so isn't that the interesting formula? These guys are blowing them out at 3, 4, $5 a piece on eBay, hoping that they get the parallel and thinking that the parallel is going to be the big bucks. But you know what's really something I noticed today, and I couldn't believe it, is that there was like probably there was several listings of this card graded PSA 10 already. Yeah, what? PSA 10 already. You can buy them. They're like 29.99. Wouldn't buy them myself, but thought that was really interesting how they were already knew they were going to get a PSA 10. All right, I've yammered enough. What are your thoughts? You want to add anything?
I was adding in between while you were talking, so some of I got chewed on, but I
Sorry.
concur. I
I know I do
concur.
conversation domination. I apologize.
What I concur. I think that again, my verbiage would be different. I think it's the first Nick Kurtz Pro card, so therefore they're taking it leverage. Why charge 7 when you can charge 8? Look how many people are buying it.
Mhm.
I find that the Topps Now product tends to get distributed through the people who buy it, not by Topps itself. Topps seems to sell it to resellers or distributors. I don't think general collectors buy one card of this. And I think that makes it hard for general collectors because they
I
most
think there
only want one card.
I think
Most collectors.
there was a time when people bought only one of these, and that was when Topps sold in bundles. You could get one of every card for the day, but those days are long gone. Thank you, Topps.
Well, this year they're
Thank you
gone.
very
Okay, who
little.
knows if those days, but this year they're gone. And are you
Yeah.
saying that's bad for the collector?
I'm telling you, man, I always got one parallel every time I bought a bundle. Every
Not
single
every
time.
time, but you had a
Every
theory
time.
that you would.
You've seen all my parallels. I've
I
showed you
would agree
pictures.
you get the parallels, but who really wants a parallel for Mackenzie
But the
Gore?
problem is, right, exactly. I get a parallel every time, but it's usually the random but that nobody wants.
That's
Bingo.
part of the. That's part of their the part. That's part of the gamble. I don't like to call it the gamble, but that's possibly what got us all into this in the first place. Is
Yeah.
the gamble, the
Yeah.
unknown, the
Risk.
opening
Yeah.
the pack, the trying to be the guy to get the guy. And now with this on-demand product, you can just buy what you want.
Buy what you want. And for less than what the Tops Now website is selling it for, which is really incredible. All right.
In
That
some
was
regards, if you're buying multiples, correct. But then you need to
yeah.
become a distributor
Yeah,
instead of a collector.
that's right. So yeah, I purchased the other day 10 cards at $3 a piece that were Tops Now. That was cost me $30. I mean, it was just in and out kind of a deal. I thought it was a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Investor lot, maybe, I don't know, but it was Pete Armstrong Crow.
We should call this show the distributor show. I've said it
I
so
like
many times.
that. The distributorships.
All right. Card 102.
102, baby. It's going to be the last card of the show, but not the last of the show. All right. You know how to say that dude's name? I'll say Luke, like Star Wars, Luke.
Okay, I didn't know what you said right before that with last, but not last, but last. But that's okay. We're waiting to see what that is. So tell
Exactly.
me
That's the
about Luke.
mystique of it.
Luke is a good-looking guy, but he's not my type because I don't like guys. Go ahead. You want to read it back, or you
That's
want me
an
to read
echo
it back?
from it's a good looking kid. All right. This
He's a
is
good no.
Luke
I mean, I've never
Kishal.
said that on the show, and I'm not likely to say it about another man. And
Ever again.
I've
Ever
never
again.
seen this guy, and but one of the things that
He's
draws me
pointing
to
right
this
at you.
card
You might as well
is
give him
how
some
movie
respect.
star-ish he looks.
All right, this is card 102. It's $8.99. 20 cards though. Look at this. Tops isn't thinking big of him. $5 a card. $99.99 for 20 cards. Add a card. Rookie card, and it is a debut. I don't even know. I don't know. It's not 5 steals in first 5 games, ties all-time MLB mark.
You
There you
know,
go. Spark
you
plug.
know all. You're very knowledgeable. No,
Ah,
so let's go to the second part of it. You want to guess print and then discuss what you're going to buy?
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did we talk about print run for Nick Kurtz?
That's what I'm saying. You want to guess print on first, and then we'll talk about what you would buy.
Let's talk print run on Nick Kurtz, and then we'll talk about Luke Keshal.
You go first this time.
Okay, I'm gonna go on Nick Kurtz. I think I did say it. I said 2,300, didn't I? I think I did.
Okay, 2,300.
Yeah, I think we
Okay.
already made it. Should have wrote it down.
I'm
See,
going to go with
meds.
2,900. I mean, it's
Wow.
such,
All
such
right.
a high number for me to guess that high when I'm, but I'm going
Yeah.
to go with 2,900.
All right. When I go back and listen to this, if we actually have said it twice, I'm going to add the two together and then, your two guesses together and divide by two, add my two together and then divide by two. All right, let's go to the next one. Luke Skywalker.
That was
Spark
the
plug.
last one.
Yep, last one of the day right here. Luke.
So now I want to hear which of these cards you would buy.
Oh, the one I would buy is these two right here, James Woods and Nick Kurtz, the most expensive cards of the day, right
The
there.
rookies.
Now, if I wanted to get a parallel, if I was shooting for a parallel, like my best chances, it would probably be that New York Mets team card. I think a 20 pack of that, you're probably guaranteed a parallel on that bad boy. I would think it's going to be low to me. I don't think it has a high print run, maybe 500.
So you think the Mets card's going to be the lowest printed of the day, and I
Oh, yeah,
think it's going to be
absolutely.
close to the highest.
I know, right? Exciting. That's why you should watch the show.
Well, I just
Differing
feel
opinions.
like New York is on tilt with these Mets still, so that's part of. Now,
Yeah.
now
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
You and I also have a theory that we like to buy the rookie cards. So you seem to
First
be
rookie card.
indicating you like card 100 and 101. Why don't you like 102?
I'm just not feeling. I don't know. It's just not. Look, I'm looking forward to Nick Kurtz. I'm following the A's right now, and I'm following the Nats. Not really a Twin Cities fan, but that's okay. If it does end up getting better, this is not his first rookie card. Okay, and to me, it's 5 steals. It ties the all-time mark. That's cool. But if he breaks it, then that might be a card worthy of looking into picking up. But the James Woods cards, hardest hit home run of career, lifts the Nationals to win. I mean, that's kind of a big deal for a rookie, I would think. And then obviously MLB debut card. So these two for sure, but not necessarily on the Topps website. I would go look for James Woods in the. Oh man, and you know what I've noticed? And as soon as these Topps cards now that are for sale right now, that have 3 hours and 9 minutes left, as pretty much as soon as this is expired, the cards that are $3 and $4 on eBay become $6 and $7. I've noticed lately.
If they're
Maybe
paying
even 10.
attention, but that's not an easy game. That's not an easy job. So
No.
I would agree with you. Eventually they go up, but they don't always go up, and they're not always worth going up. But I want to go back to card 102 one more time, sir, because as you were talking, I did a search on the website. This is his first card.
What?
When I put in Luke Kishal into the what are you looking for, no other card comes up.
All right.
So
Well, let's just look up the Twins under 2025.
I'm going to do a search on the internet for this guy.
Ah.
And let's see. I mean, like Nick Kurtz is versus card.
Yeah.
It's not his first game. I would agree with that, but it's his first card. Born
All
in
right, I'm looking.
2002, that makes him what, 23? Likely not young enough to be able to be a Hall of Famer.
Okay,
Doesn't
check it out. I'm on the Twins 2025 Road to Opening Day team set.
he's on there?
He's not on there, dude, man.
He is or not?
He is not. Negative, Ghost
Well,
Rider.
so that I'm not going to push you to go buy a 5-pack, but when you people are looking for cards, that's a guy's whose card you might want to pick up on eBay at 1 or 2 or 3. I'm not suggesting Hall of Famer, and if he's not a Hall of Famer, then this is all speculation that is meaningless. But he plays all the positions, second, short, and third. Bats right, throws right. Obviously, he can run like the wind. He doesn't have any home runs, but
well, neither did Freddie Lynn have a bunch, and Rod Carew, but there they are in the Hall of Fame.
okay. Well, Rod Carew, yeah, was an MVP and led the league in hitting a couple years. He was one of my favorite all-time players.
Okay, wait. You're making me want to buy this card on eBay now. So what I'm going to do, okay, I'm gonna check it out on eBay right now to see what this card is going to go for. All right, I'm going to go ahead and
if we're panning for gold, this guy is that under the radar guy.
Well, at least in the top size because of the pricing, obviously. All right. Oh, see, look at this. Some of them are already great. Are you looking at your screen, mister?
I've seen it. I check every day. I mean, I'm not looking at
I'm
you.
Looking here. It says PSA, or no, this is not PSA graded. It's something else that looks like PSA with the. Okay, there you go. 449. Okay, so look, that's sponsored. It doesn't count. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 listings. All right. And that matches with, 17 here. But let's go to the sold. I didn't count the 1. Let's go to sold and completed and see if this is even selling at all. All right. It's got 4 sales. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, and 4. However, it would be cool to check out to see how many have sold, right? So 4 sold here, but how many has each seller sold? That's really the question. Wow. Interesting, dude. Wow.
Very cool.
Yeah.
You want to talk some baseball? You want to talk some baseball and we bounce?
Well, it's a big Friday. I mean, let's talk yesterday's games. The Oakland A's took the series from, well, I can't say Oakland A's. The A's took the series from the Texas Rangers. How's that?
Yeah, they've got some injuries in Texas, and Oakland is putting their team together, and it's starting to be effective. There's no question. There's no question.
Let's
Oakland's
see.
got it ruined.
Yeah, obviously, clearly. I think Boston, that was quite a game. Somebody had mentioned on one of the Facebook groups, it would be really cool to see a weather card. I think that'd be really cool because I think yesterday, I think the Sox game got called in the 7th inning because it was just too many puddles, not because of lightning, just because it was just so wet. They were winning it it was amazing.
I think Boston's got a really good team. In fact, going back to my theory, I think Devers and Bregman could be potential Hall of Famers.
Dude, Bregman is just alive over there in Boston, and I would expect him to get a card today. If not, I'd be kind of surprised if he didn't.
I bet you he's had more cards really this year. He's the player with the I'm guessing.
And he gets no love. He gets no love, dude.
He's got the most cards made of Topps Now 2025.
Yeah.
I've seen his card pop up and pop up and pop up. All right. Yeah, my last thing about today's baseball is, today the
Pirates. Wait, let me follow up. Let me follow up with Bregman. Hang on. And the thing is with Bregman, his print runs have been around 500 for each card. I mean, that's how low they've been.
On the low end.
And does that speak to the 2025 print runs altogether? Are we seeing lower print runs? I think so this year.
Lower than what? What does that mean?
Lower than last year compared to last year, like year-to-date sales, YTD, baby.
I would agree lower than last year's a possibility. I would agree with you because I think that the changing of the format that they did with the parallels changing and this changing disgruntled people. I'm not a big purchaser of cards this year. I'll ferret some out on eBay, but I don't buy a whole lot. The only thing I bought from Top so far was the picture of the 3 Japanese guys in Tokyo. That was a legend card. Okay, but I'm not so. I mean, it's still interesting, but not interesting
right,
enough
well,
for me to spend money on it.
yeah, all right. Well, we're here talking Tops Now cards, so I wouldn't disparage it that much, but then
No,
again,
no
it's your
disparaging. I'm
prerogative.
just saying it's not
That's
as
your choice.
motivating
I
to
like
buy.
it still, but that's just me. All right,
Say
let's
again.
wrap it up. I got to get going.
Say it again. It's what is it for you? Say it one more time.
I said we got to get going. I got a
Okay.
jet.
So the last thing I wanted to talk about was the Paul Skeens Yamamoto Pirates Dodger game today. It seems like it's the big banner game today. I'm looking forward to some pitching there. Um, let's wrap it up. Yeah, we're here talking baseball. We're talking Tops on Demand. Stay blessed.